So, hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss how business meetings and Lego can be connected in this world. In the current reality, being an adult means giving up entertainment and games. But what if I tell you that this is exactly what we may be missing? As children, we understand the power of imagination to help us think differently. But as adults, we often think of creativity as a tool to be turned off and on, rather than a talent that requires nurturing.
Dr. Stuart Brown, founder of the National Institute for Play, discussed the benefits of playtime at work in his TED Talk. What does play do for the brain? Well, a lot. Nothing lights up in the brain like play. Three-dimensional play fires up the cerebellum, puts a lot of impulses into the frontal lobe, helps contextual memory to be developed, and much more. For the reason, Dr. Brown encourages companies to give employees some occasional recess time. Play is something done for its own sake, he explains. Speaking of playing, some structured toy time can also unlock creativity and innovation and help problem solvers break through mental roadblocks. Here we can use the usual Lego. While some players think that Lego is just for children or that being an adult means leaving playfulness behind, some companies have left their stereotypes behind and are moving towards innovations.
So let's just imagine a typical meeting of 15 people. Meetings like this are an absolute talk fest, and all we do, we listen and talk, but we all have our working or learning or thinking preferences. So you can break into three types: visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. So some of us like to hear things, some of us like to touch things and play with them. And in these meetings, what have we done to the kinesthetic people? What have we done to the people that like to touch and play with things? On these meetings, these people like they just get bored and feel disengaged. So that means that we've just lost a good chunk of people, those five kinesthetic, which is about a third of our company. So now we're about the visual people. Okay, so you got some fancy PowerPoint slides. Maybe you cater to a couple of visual people, but the others will feel disengaged again and will feel bored. So what do we do again? We lose a couple or more people. So we can try to think about it from a different dimension, introversion and extroversion in that room. We've got about 50-50 introverts and extroverts, and do you really think that those introverts in a room full of 15 people are going to participate and do anything? They're not going to speak at all. They may have great ideas for what happens, but they won't get hurt. So out of 8 people that are left, what do? We knock out another four from the introvert class in terms of their input. So what are we left with? Let's take a look at another dimension. We've got analytical people in the room, and we've got creative people in the room. A 50-50 split again, I would say. In business, we're definitely skewed towards analytics facts. So what happens again? We knock out creative people out of those, and what you're left with? You're left with two fellows, and what happens you all know. You all have been in these meetings where these two people are the ones that drive the whole meeting. Their ideas get heard, their solutions are the ones that you come up with. So you've gone from 15 people down to two. It's time to change your meetings for the better. All we need is just a Lego mix.
Lego Serious Play has been used by all sorts of companies, including Google, IKEA, Samsung. The Serious Play aspect encourages participants to get creative through play. This allows people to put aside their usual barriers and respond it in a more natural, unconstrained way. This has been shown to evoke narratives and expressions not usually available, because when people are playful, they can say and do things that they don't normally say and do. And when they say things we don't normally say, we get to talk about things that we don't normally talk about. The Lego Serious Play method asks participants to build models, symbolic or metaphorical, which represent their thinking. This gives them the space to consider their own ideas without the influence of other people's input. It means that when they are then asked to present their ideas, these are already formed and not modified to conform to any perceived consensus view. So through this, people can find more authentic and honest voices. One of the issues people often faced when they try to solve problems where more than one person is involved is that different parties don't see the problem in the same way. As such, people are often trying to find a single solution to a variety of different problems. This is where the serious approach to LEGO can help, because it invites participants to build their physical representation of their ideas, which are then placed with a landscape of models made by their colleagues. This allows ideas to be made explicit and shared, allowing the relationships between them to be seen and explored.
So don't be old-fashioned. Play Lego. Thanks for your attention. Stay healthy.